All right, race fans, welcome to IndyCar Brazil Sebring endurance race. 100 minutes at Sebring, IndyCar Brazil style. The fifth and final race in the GP series. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Bringing you the action tonight. A little bit different action here, turning left and right here at IndyCar Brazil. Right now in the qualification session. Following Jair Oliveira as he makes his laps here. So got some different look here tonight. Sebring, IndyCar Brazil. Take a look at the track here. Challenging course. "17 turns, 6.02 kilometers, located in Sebring, Florida. Very challenging track. Flat, not a lot of elevation changes here. Of course, it's Florida. There are no hills in Florida. So these drivers have their work cut out for them tonight here with IndyCar Brazil. Brought to you by TurnLeft TV. So we have 7 cars on the grid. 100 minutes. Some challenging, punishing twists and turns. Turning left and right tonight. Take a look at the standings coming into tonight. Everton Quites on top. Edelson Carneiro in second. Pedro Jr. in third. Ben Silva sits in fourth position. Alessandro Barcelos is fifth. Edson Luis sixth. Sullivan Gardina is seventh. Edgars Magel rounds out the top 8. So again, a lot of twists and turns here tonight, following Jair Oliveira as he makes his qualification attempt. Again, we'll take a look at the banner here. So 100 minutes at Sebring. Final race in the GP series. Gotta make sure I load my correct profile. I know what you're wondering, those of you who are familiar with rFactor, why in the heck does he have so many profiles? This will allow me to get some good looks here. See high speed around this track. It's flat. You got a lot of opportunity to get some sliding going on this track. Again, not a lot of elevation changes. get a good look out of the back of that car here, then we'll have to set that up. Get a good look at the crowd here. Get bored here sometimes in the qualification sessions. So we get an idea of some of the camera angles we can do here. Sorry, I had the banner up. Here we're in car here with Jair Oliveira as he makes his qualification lap. Again, flat track, so you're going to see cars sliding around a lot, and part of this track is concrete, so that also means less grip in the turns. See JJ there sliding that car off track. We're going to talk a little bit about what we have here. Make sure you join us on TurnLeft TV on YouTube, as well as follow us on Twitter at TurnLeft TV. Get notifications of all the races that are uploaded. We just had one uploaded here today. See, JJ is currently third on the grid, and we're following Pedro Jr. driving the Corvette. Now, the number next to their name does not correspond necessarily to the actual number that they have. Actually, this is Pedro Jr. He is the number 53, but he's actually not driving the 53 paint scheme, so a little bit different mix there. So these guys are just sort of doing a one-time deal here with this. Didn't really do special paint schemes. So you see JJ here driving the 99 car. He is actually the 17 on the grid. Okay, qualification has finished. Looks like Edelson Carnero is our pole sitter here. So we'll take a look at some of the cars here. So Edelson Carnero's paint scheme tonight. There we go. The Edelson Carnero is in the 3 car tonight, the Corvette. Edson Luis is in the 1, the BMW. Pedro Jr. is also driving a Corvette this evening. Benhor Silva, we're flying over his car. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I don't like those camera angles. Benhor Silva looks like he's in a Lotus. I think that's a Lotus. Ferrari, I take that back. He's in a Ferrari. A little bit of a stripped down Ferrari there. Everton Quites, Virtual. Believe I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Driving the Ferrari, the red Ferrari. All right, I'm getting word that this is Everton Quites. Von Quites on Virtual. I'm not sure why I got his name the way that I do, but I apologize to him. Hey, what do you expect for free, right? Benhor Silva. Seen Benhor before. Driving a Ferrari, number 90. Sullivan Gardena. So driving a Ferrari. Nice looking car there, nice looking paint scheme. Jair Oliveira, we've seen his car, and then Carlos Leite. Looks like we have 8 drivers here. All right, we are getting ready to take the green flag here. For 100 minutes at Sebring. Edelson Carnero is on the pole, driving the 3 car. Edson Luis starts in the second position. Pedro Jr. is third. Jair Oliveira, so this is we got some guys that didn't get out on the grid there, it looks like. So this is a standing start. Edelson Carnero gets off to a good start here in the first position. Take that back, looks like Edson Luis is in the first position. In that BMW. Edelson Carnero in second. You get an idea how these cars are going to slip and slide here for 100 minutes. We're getting some word that maybe Jair Oliveira might have gone off track. So a little bit of an issue here early on. You see a little contact there between the Sullivan Gardena and Jair Oliveira. Take a look out of the front of Sullivan's car as he gets into the back of JJ. So good hard battling here early on. So back up here with our leader, Edson Luis. Edelson Carnero is in second. So the 3 car of Edelson Carnero starting to work on the back of Edson Luis. In third position is Pedro Jr. in that 50 car. Corvette has that car in the third position. Just behind him is Benhor Silva. Looking out the back of his car as Benhor Silva starts to work on the back of the Corvette there. Benhor Silva driving a Ferrari. Pedro Jr. now in the third position here. We'll take a look at back up here with our leaders, Edson Luis and Edelson Carnero. Very tight battle here for the first position. So Edelson Carnero looking to try to get around Edson Luis. She would hang out on that back. There you go. So now we have a battle here for the lead. Again, you just see that Edelson Carnero really wants to get around Edson Luis. Just trying to find a good place to make that pass. Good, clean pass here. He's not able to pull off the pass there. He has to slide back behind. And all of this racing side by side is going to allow Pedro Jr. to close in the gap. Now we have a pass here. Looks like this is Sullivan Gardena going off track there, having some trouble. So he gets that car back on track, but they're having trouble. He lost a position. Also getting some word that Benor Silva might have gone off track here. Benor Silva having some trouble there in negotiating that turn and slides that car around, gets off into the catch area. So back up here with our race leaders, Edelson Carnero, Edson Luis. So 1 and 2. Again, very tight battle there. The BMW of Edson Luis in control right now. Edelson Carnero in second, working all over the backside here. Looking to make a pass. Only makes a little contact there. So again, a little bit of contact between Edelson Carnero and Edson Luis. Not hard, probably did not do any damage there, but just letting him know that he's there. Okay, I'm faster than you, and you're going to have to pull that car over here pretty soon, or I'm going to, what we say, give you the chrome horn. And a good tight battle there between the two. Good, clean racing. And again, this is where he tried to pull off that pass before and was not able to do it. Looking out of the back of Edson Luis's car, you see Edelson Carnero's car just behind in that Corvette. Again, looking to try to make a pass there, and got to set him up pretty early to be able to pull off a pass. Right now, Edson Luis has just got a solid car underneath him in that BMW. In the third position is Pedro Jr. He's currently 5 seconds back. Running in the third position in that Corvette. Nice looking paint scheme, that McDonald's paint scheme. Number 50. In the fourth position is Carlos Leite in that BMW powered machine, number 56. He is currently 16 seconds back. Now we've got a pass here, a battle for the lead. Looks like Edelson Carnero is going to be able to pull off that pass and get around Edson Luis. So again, a good tight battle here, and looks like Edson Luis is going to try to pass him back here. Really giving that a look here, and there's the turn where Edelson Carnero had tried to make a pass for several laps and was unable to pull it off, and now he is in front. Now will he be able to pull away? So let's take a look at this pass here. Down the straightaway, a drag race into a turn, and Edelson Carnero has the preferred line as they go into the turn. A little bit of contact there. We'll jump on board here for this. This is going to be a good battle here. You see on the left side is Edson Luis. Edelson Carnero muscles that car into the turn. again, probably a little bit of contact here as they come off the turn. So Edelson Carnero, our race leader here with 130 minutes left to go. So these guys in the first 10 minutes are racing like it's the last lap. They are really pushing those cars. Check on Ben Silva. He is currently shown in the 5th position. Ben Silva 24 seconds, 25 seconds back. That number 90 Ferrari. On board here with Ben Silva. And just see how much work you have to do here to get this car around this track. It's just a lot of, there's really no chance to take a break. Very flat. You see the grooves already laid out. We got a lot of rubber down on the track. You just got to be patient around these turns. I mean, this is now you can start mashing the gas down this long straightaway. But you got to be patient around these flat turns. And there's what I'm talking about. You got to really be patient there on when you get back into that gas. Jair Oliveira finds himself in the 6th position. He is 57 seconds back. Sullivan Gardena having some issues here trying to make a pass, and he gets in just a little bit hot there and gets off track. Fortunately keeps that car pointed in the right direction. Comes back out on track. And no damage. Sullivan Gardena is currently a little over a minute back, and he is in 8th position. Out of the front of his car at Everton Quites, Virtual. It's Everton Quites. I copied his team name in his name spot, so that is Everton Quites in the Ferrari, the red Ferrari there. Lo siento, Everton. So Edelson Carnero has worked his way out to about a 1.9 second lead, almost 2 seconds here on Edson Luis. These guys were racing really hard. Now he's beginning to stretch out that lead a little bit. And again, really what typifies this track is just flat, flat, flat. You know, you don't have any banking there to, you don't have any elevation changes, you just have a flat track. And part of it is concrete. So it's going to be slick as well. And as the temperatures cool off, as we go from day to night, it's going to get even slicker. As more rubber's laid down on the track as well. that's going to cause the cars to lose grip as well. Sullivan Gardena in the pits right now. Here in with hour 25 left, 125 minutes, I should say, hour 25. So I had to learn my time. Getting, ooh, a little bit off track there. Edelson Carnero gets that car off track. Edson Luis also off track here. Let's see what happened to Edson Luis. Just gets a little bit wide there. Man, he ramps that turn. We're going to jump on board here as he's able to get that car back on track. But watch this car. This car is going to jump up in the air when he goes over this. He's able to hold on to that and get that car back on track. And most guys would have been into the tire barrier. Our third place car is Pedro Jr. He is 6.8 seconds back, and he is really closing the gap on Edson Luis. We saw Edson Luis having a little bit of issue there, but Pedro Jr. able to close the gap now within about 3.8 seconds of second place Edson Luis. Fourth place is Benhor Silva. And you see he goes off track there. He just takes a little bit too much going into the turn, and Carlos Leite is able to make that pass. So now we're going to look out to the front of Carlos Leite's car as Benhor Silva slides and gets off into that overflow area there, overrun area, and Carlos Leite makes that pass and takes over the fourth position. So Benhor Silva back on track here. Looking out of the front of his car at Carlos Leite just ahead. You're going to probably take a couple laps here to just get yourself back in rhythm. And man, he is really closing the gap there through that turn. A lot better through that turn. Able to close the gap on Carlos Leite, so Benhor Silva looking maybe to take that fourth position back here in the next couple laps. So good tight battle here. And this is for the fourth position. Benhor Silva, Carlos Leite. BMW versus Ferrari. Looking out of the back of Carlos Leite's car, and you can see Benhor Silva. Carlos Leite gets into that turn a little bit hot there, locks up his tires, and that allows Benhor Silva to close in. And a good tight battle. You see he's locking up that tire again, and takes that turn just a little bit wide, and Benhor Silva is right there. You see Benhor Silva gets off track there and loses a little bit of time, so these guys are racing hard. Probably both on occasion overdriving that car just a little bit. So Carlos Leite in the BMW. Knows he's driving that car really hard there, really aggressively, and now he sees that Bernard Silva is just behind, putting some pressure on him. So Bernard Silva driving that car hard. He gotten that car off track. See, he swings that car wide and really does get a good shot, and man, he's off track again. And again, looking out the back of Carlos Leite's car at Bernard Silva, all over the back of him. Again, this is a tight battle here. And you see Carlos Leite just a little bit better through the turns there, able to open up about a half a second lead. Looking out of the front of Bernard Silva's car, you see again there's the same spot that Carlos Leite is locking up that tire. Again, locks it up, and that enables Bernard Silva to close the gap there just a little bit. So Bernard Silva swings that car wide. So again, up on the back of Carlos Leite. You know, from this perspective, it really doesn't look like they're working much on that wheel, but see, very conservative entry there by Bernard Silva, and he is going to try to make this pass here coming off the turn down the straightaway. So now we've got a drag race down the straightaway, and it looks like Bernard Silva is going to take that spot, takes over the 4th position, gets around Carlos Leite. So that was a battle that just took probably about 3 laps to complete that pass. Checking back up here with our leader, Edison Carnero. He has a 6.1 second lead over Edson Luis. So pretty clean sailing here right now for Edison Carnero. See what their last lap time was. So Edelson running 2:02.5. The next fastest car is at a 2:03.6, and that's Edson Luis, who's in the 2nd position. So he is about 4 seconds back, 6 seconds back. I take that back. Pedro Jr. is in the 3rd position. That Corvette number 50. He is currently 11.8 seconds back. So he's got about 5 seconds between him and the 2nd place car of Edson Luis. See Edson Luis up there in the S's, coming out of the S's there. So he definitely has him in his vision. It's just a matter of being patient and trying to reel him in. Sixth position is Jair Oliveira. He is a minute 31 down. In 7th is Everton Quites, who's, I'm sure by this point, mad at me. He is currently a minute 34 down in the 7th position. Sullivan Gardena is 1 lap down. He has already made a pit stop. I think he had gone off track and had to come in to get some early service done on that car. And now finds himself 1 lap down. And we'll get an idea of just how far he is away from going another lap down here as we bring on our fixed camera. So here comes Sullivan Gardena as we speak. And there's Jair Oliveira, Everton Quites, looks like they got some pretty good distance there for having to worry about Edelson Carnero. Again, the same area there. So there's Edelson Carnero coming through. And then we see Edson Luis coming around now, followed by Pedro Jr. in that Corvette. So that's 1, 2, 3 on the track. Did get some word that Benor Silva had gone off track here, so we'll take a look at this, and it may be just swinging that car. See, he had just overdrove that turn and did not get slowed up fast enough, and he drove off into past the cones onto the catch area. Okay, we are going to take a look and see what we have coming up here. So tomorrow night, a Happy Hour Racing League, TurnLeft TV will bring you Charlotte Motor Speedway, their 4th race in their championship chase. The Bank of America 250 coming up tomorrow, October 9th, right here on TurnLeft TV. Carlos Leite is indicating that he might be coming into the pits here very soon. He is currently running in the 5th position. So you see he's now pitting that car. So again, with an hour 12 left to go, Carlos Leite making his pit stop here. This is lap 14. And we're getting some word that Everton Quites has gone off track. Again, really gets that car, and he spins that car around. Lucky did not make any contact with the wall. But getting that car back out on the racing surface. Take a look at this in-car view. And he got a little bit of traffic there that he was trying to go around a little bit slower, and he got out of the racing groove and then just came around with that car. Tough break for Everton. So he's now 6th place. Edison Carnero here on lap 15 has a 9.9 second lead over Edson Luis. Pedro Jr. is in 3rd. Benor Silva 4th. Jair Oliveira is 5th. Carlos Leite has pitted his car, now has fresh tires and a full load of fuel. He is currently 1 lap down, but some of these guys have not come into pit, so he'll get his lap back. Again, he's on cold tires here right now, so a little bit of you got to be a little careful here when you're on cold tires after even though they're brand new, they are cold, so want to make sure you don't spin that car out. Coming up on Wednesday here on TurnLeft TV. Race number 4 in the 2017 Season D for the Ironman Racing Series. 107 laps at Dover. That's Wednesday, October the 11th. There's a tire rule there. Get 4 tires on the car and 8 additional tires at Dover. And we know that track is tough on tires. That's coming up on Wednesday right here on TurnLeft TV. Some word that Pedro Jr. might have gone off track. We'll take a look here. He's having some challenges. He gets in a little bit tough, a little bit hard there, and then gets off of the racing surface. Again, I don't believe that he's come in to change tires yet, so he's definitely on old tires. So Pedro Jr. just 17 seconds back to this guy, Edelson Carnero. He is getting ready to come up on some lap traffic. Some more troubles here for Pedro Jr. Again, once you mess those tires up, here we're looking at Pedro Jr. right now. Once you mess those tires up, see really the same area that he had issues before, and just has some more issues right there at that same turn. So I would bet that Pedro Jr. is going to be coming in here pretty soon to get some fresh tires. He's probably had enough spinning that car around. See, he brings that car really wide there coming off the turn. Not a good camera angle. So now Edelson Carnero has caught Everton Quites and is going to go around him and put him a lap down. You see Everton moves over to let him go, and that's just good racing right there. That is smart racing by Everton Quites, very smart. And a gentlemanlike move that Everton Quites, Von Quites a virtual. So up here with Edelson Carnero, 17-second lead over Edson Luis. Edson Luis back in that BMW, and man, he was really racing Edelson earlier in the run, and now has fallen back to 17 seconds back. And he better be looking behind him, because he has got company just back there behind. Coming around the turn is Pedro Jr. making up time in a hurry. So this is a battle here that's going to be raging very, very shortly if this third place car, Pedro Jr., continues to move forward. And right now on board here with Pedro Jr. as he closes in on Edson Luis for second place. And you see Edson Luis comes into the pits here. So Edson Luis now pitting his car. I suspect he's going to take 4 tires and fuel here on this pit stop. So giving up the second position to bring that BMW into the pits. That will surrender the second position to Pedro Jr. Jair Oliveira is currently running in the 4th position. He is the last car on the lead lap. Looking out of the back of his car, you see the leader, Edelson Carnero, closing in. Undoubtedly wanting to stay on the lead lap. Again, now on board with Edelson Carnero as he's really getting around that turn very, very well. Now going to bring his car into the pits, probably because he was slowing down, huh? So Edelson Carnero bringing his car, that Corvette, in to get 4 tires and fuel here with 1 hour, 2 minutes left to go. Four tires and fuel on that car. Also, Pedro Jr. pitting his car. So coming down pit lane. You see just ahead is Edelson Carnero pitting his car. So the 2 Corvettes in for service. Now following Edson Luis in the 3rd position. So long pit stop here for Edelson Carnero as he comes out of pit lane, back out on track after having service here. Long pit stop. Again, now you're on cold tires. You want to make sure that you do not spin that car out. That would be devastating. For Edelson, he's got a great race going right now, and just wants to drive the track. Doesn't want to worry about overdriving the car. Just wants to have a good, solid run here, lap in, lap out, hit his marks, concentrate on braking points and when to get back in the throttle. And let the tires sort of work themselves in, and then right now it's his race to lose. He's got such a good lead. It's his race to lose right now. Getting some word that Edson Luis might have gone off track here. So Edson Luis Third place car got that car a little bit wide there and then spun the car around. Now facing the right direction. And we'll take a look at this. This is a tough break for the BMW. Again, really carrying a lot of speed there, and he gets off track, gets onto that rumble strip, and then spins that car around. Unfortunately, spins right back, facing in the right direction, and really didn't miss a beat. Again, undoubtedly those tires need to be changed at this point. Please make sure you come over and join us here at TurnLeft TV on YouTube, as well as follow us on Twitter at TurnLeft TV. Get all of the updates when tracks or when races are going to be uploaded, what the upcoming races are. And thank you very much also to IndyCar Brazil for allowing me to come in and broadcast your race. Love the GT cars. Love those in-cars sounds, the way they drive, the look of the car. Everything about the GT cars is just spot on. Benor Silva has gone off track here. Take a look and see what's happened for Benor Silva. So he is really motoring that car around and just cannot make that turn. Carlos Leite is going to be able to make that pass now. So again, we're going to be on board here with Benor Silva, and he is flying and just does not have enough or carrying too much speed to be able to make that turn. And then you're going to hear Carlos Leite come by there on the low side as he comes back out on the track. Everton Quites in the 4th position, 1 minute 10 seconds back. And good tight battle here between Carlos Leite and Benor Silva. So remember, Benor Silva had gone off track, and now these guys battling for position. This is for the 5th spot. It looks like Carlos Leite has the preferred line. Benor Silva just behind. It's a tough place to make a pass here. Looking out the back of Carlos Leite's car. See Benor Silva just behind. So good tight battle here between the two. On board with Benor Silva as he closes in and makes a contact with the back end of Carlos Leite. Tough break, man. What a incredible turn of events. He's definitely going to have some damage to that Ferrari, and the BMW's probably got back end damage. Man, just carrying a lot of speed there. Cannot get that car wood up fast enough. And we'll take a look at this again. And you see, oh my heavens. Yeah, tough break there for Carlos Leite and Benor Silva. Bernard Silva now in the 6th position and got some front end damage undoubtedly to that car. Now we're following Jair Oliveira. He's running in the 7th position, 1 lap down. They're running in that 99 paint scheme Ferrari. Now Edelson Carnero, we have what I call a gaggle of cars ahead. So Edelson Carnero here, our race leader, now coming up on lap traffic. Wants to be very, very patient, and you see he gets around Bernard Silva, and now going to work on the back of Carlos Leite. So our race leader navigating through lap traffic. Here's Everton Quites. He's in the 4th position. Getting ready to go a lap down. So he lets Edelson Carnero go by, but I'll tell you what, we have a battle there for 4th position. Everton Quites, Carlos Leite, and Bernard Silva all racing together. Looking out of the back of Everton Quites' car. Bernard Silva swings that car wide. Now we got a little bit of a race here between Bernard Silva and Carlos Leite. Looks like Carlos Leite is going to give up that position now in the 6th spot. Bernard Silva now in 5th. Going to start working on the back of Everton Quites. Von Quites over trial. So in case you're wondering, I put in his team name in his name spot versus his name. I was late one night when I was putting all the names in, and I must have just gotten tired on that one. That's what happens when you get old. O locutore è antico. Hope I said that right. I'm old. Make mistakes. Good racing here between these guys. This is Everton Quites. Bernard Silva is just behind in the 5th spot. Carlos Leite is in 6th. Right now, Edelson Carnero is running away with this race. 51 minutes left to go. Running in that Corvette, and he had captured the lead from Edson Luis about 10 minutes into the race and has never looked back. Now he has a 42-second lead over the field. Edson Luis is back in the 2nd position in that BMW. In third is the 53 of Pedra Jr. I think he's actually in the 50 paint scheme, but 53 on the grid, Pedra Jr. In fourth, Everton Quites. Von Quites, wow! That red Ferrari. Good navigation there through those turns. See, cutting that a little bit tight. Going a little bit long, I should say. Just behind him in the fifth spot is Carlos Leite. NASCAR Total. You see him lock that wheel up. We've seen that before. Out of these BMWs, really locking them up as they get into the turn. So you see him sliding that car around sideways. Benor Silva running in the sixth position in the Ferrari. In seventh is Jair Oliveira in that blue Ferrari. In the eighth position is Sullivan Gardina. Oh, you see Edelson Carnero really gets on the brakes there pretty hard there in that turn. So scrubbing off some rubber off those tires there, driving that car like he's racing on the last lap, competing for a race victory. And that's just the way race car drivers are. I mean, you're going to try to get this car around as fast as you can. It's fun. It's fun to drive the car on the edge. And you can tell that Edelson Carnero has gotten a lot of laps here at Sebring. He is really, he's got a 51-second lead over the second place car of Edson Luis. Second place car is Edson Luis, 51.7 seconds back in that BMW. Kind of listen to the engine sound here of the Beamer. Oh, and he gets that car a little bit squirrely there as he gets on the rumble strips. Gets that car out of shape. Oh, he gets a car squirrely there as he comes off the turn. Again, down on the rumble strips there, upsets the balance of the car, and gets the back end there around. Pedro Jr. in the 50 car is in third. It's a minute 7 back. That is roughly around half a lap. A little bit less than half a lap down. Currently the last car on the lead lap. In fourth, Everton Quites. He's been able to open up a little bit of a lead here on Benoit Silva and Carlos Leite, who he was racing pretty tightly with earlier. Benoit Silva running in the fifth position. In sixth is Carlos Leite in that BMW. Just behind Benoit Silva. Weird on some of these tracks like that. This one, the camera angles are just different. You don't know what really to expect. And you see Carlos Leite coming into the pits here with 42 minutes left to go. So Carlos Leite, our sixth place driver, coming into the pits to take service. Going to take 4 tires and fuel here on lap 28. Back up here with Edelson Carnero. I suspect he's going to be coming into the pits fairly shortly. Looking at Jair Oliveira and that Soul Drivers team. Driving the number 99 car tonight. Running in the 7th position. So he goes down that long straightaway past pit road. Hear him pedaling the gas through the turn there, try to keep that car going as fast as you can. It also helps set the car up on the turn too. You can really pedal that gas. What we call goosing the gas, can cause the back end just to come around a little bit and set that car up. So back up here with Edelson Carnero, who has a 54-second lead over Edson Luis. Pedro Jr. in third. Everton Quites in fourth. Benoit Silva fifth. Jair Oliveira is sixth. Carlos Leite seventh. And Sullivan Gardena is in eighth. Again, not a lot of time to rest on this track. You are constantly working that wheel, working that steering wheel to get the best time you can. And right now we are following Benoit Silva, who is in 5th spot, looking to see if he can't catch in and he gets off track there just a little bit. See if he can't catch in or catch up to Everton Quites. Sullivan Gardena is says he has gone off track. Just swung that car a little bit wide. No big deal. He's not hurt. No tire barrier. He's okay. Carlos Leite having some problems here. Again, looked like he was trying to catch that car and then just got that car swung over there to the other side and had to take some evasive action. We're on board here. You see he's catching that car, and then just slows it down. Again, following Everton Quites. He navigates through the S's. Again, this is a tough track here, especially this section here. It's not real fast, and you've got to navigate these S's as smoothly as you can, and you see Bernard Silva coming through there as well. On board here with Everton Quites. He now hits the straightaway, or a short straightaway, for a hard left-hand turn here. Now we're going to jump back up here with Edelson Carnero as he navigates through short series of S's here. Really had command of most of the race. He took him a little while there to get around Edson Luis, but once he did, he ran off with it. So here's some more of the S's that he's got to navigate. And when he crosses the start-finish line, we're going to jump on board with Edelson Carnero and take one lap with our race leader. 36 minutes left to go here for the championship here in IndyCar Brazil. Currently has a 58-second lead over second place car of Edson Luis. Again, a short straightaway here. Now we're going to ride on board one lap with Edelson Carnero here at Sebring. And you see, really, he's driving this car as much with the gas pedal as he is the steering wheel. Gas pedal, brake, gears, steering wheel. You see, it's really slow around that turn. Again, driving the car with the gears. Takes a little over 2 minutes right now to get around this track. Again, a little bit of driving with the throttle right here. Little driving with the throttle, and you hear him get back in the throttle there just a little bit as he comes off the turn. Doesn't mash the throttle. Now a long straightaway here, wide straightaway. Get a long, flat, sweeping turn. If you do it just right, you can get in the gas pretty early and swing that car around, and that's going to be one lap with Everton Carnero, our race leader. Pedro Jr. is in pit lane right now, taking service. So you hear him kill that car, making sure he does not overheat the car. I know in the NASCAR series, the NASCAR cars, if you leave the car running, it will cause the car to overheat and you'll blow the engine. So Pedro Jr. taking service here with 32 minutes left to go. Edson Luis is currently in second in that BMW. He is minute 3 behind Everton Carnero. Now Pedro Jr. back out from the pits, coming back out on the track. Fresh tires. Cold tires. Now he just wants to get back in a rhythm. Oh, you see he missed a shift right there. Got a little bit, I think he just gone down one gear too many. Got down into second gear. Lost a little bit of time there. You see he gets in pretty hard there. See, again, cold tires, and he gets into that turn quite hard. Easy for me to say. I'm up in the broadcast booth doing the transmission. Pedro Jr. going to make that pass there on that was Benor Silva, Carlos Leite, who is 2 laps down. Now Pedro Jr. going to work on the back of Everton Quites. So good battle shaping up right here. This is for position. So Benor Silva on the back of Everton Quites and goes around. Take a look at this pass here. Very interesting, man. See, on the brakes hard. He gets up out of the way and it just lets Pedro Jr. go, and that was a little bit abrupt. Probably surprised Pedro just a little bit. So Pedro Jr. now in the 3rd position. Everton Quites in 4th. Benor Silva 5th. Carlos Leite is 6th. To get an idea of where Benor Silva is in relationship to these guys. So he's closing in on Everton Quites. That Ferrari is moving back forward here, looking to maybe battle for 4th position in the next few laps. Pedro Jr. in third. Of course, we know that Everton Quites is in fourth. You're going to look out of the back of his car. You see Benor Silva just behind. And this battle may be raging here pretty soon between the two. So Everton Quites, Benor Silva, fifth position on the track. Edson Luis has got his car in the pits here, so he is making a pit here with 28 minutes left to go. Edelson Carnero, currently our race leader. He's really not made any mistakes here tonight. He has just raced a really smart race. He was patient, got around Edson Luis about 10 minutes into the race, and then has not looked back. So driving that number 3 car, Edelson Carnero, our race leader here in the championship. IndyCar Brazil, the WEC, the VEC, Virtual Endurance Championship. Just making mistakes all over the place, aren't I? Now this battle here that was raging, this is that pass we saw earlier. I apologize. Everton Quites probably didn't want to see that again. Go back here and look at Benor Silva as he continues to close in on Everton Quites. And at this point right now, you've just got to race the track, and hopefully Everton Quites will come to him. But don't try to overdrive that car. Right now is just the time to race the track, hit your spots, and then you'll close in on the car ahead. So the 90 car of Benor Silva in the 5th position. Just ahead, Everton Quites in 4th. So that battle begins to heat up here. Got a little bit of time there before he catches Everton Quites, and this is a long, sweeping right-hand turn here. And if you do it right, you can get into the gas. Now we're seeing Everton Quites come into the pits here on with 26 minutes to go. This is lap 36. So that red Ferrari, number 84, Everton Quites, pitting his car here with 25 laps to go, 25 minutes to go. Benor Silva now in the 4th position. Everton Quites now in 5th. 39.6 seconds back. Edelson Carnero is our race leader and is pitting his car here with 24 minutes left to go. So the Corvette of Edelson Carnero coming into the pits. Four tires and fuel. Edson Luis in the second position in that BMW. Again, didn't want to overdrive the car, just wants to get good laps in, drive the track. He's got a pretty sizable lead over the third place car. Edelson Carnero back out on track after making pit stop. Getting some word that Edson Luis has gone around here. So again, carrying a lot of speed, and he gets off that track. He tries to make a correction and spins that car out, but does a great job of getting that car pointed back in the right direction. So good move by Edson Luis. Keep from making those problems worse and hitting the tire barrier. So Edson Luis in the second position, giving that BMW a workout this evening, here with 22 minutes left to go. Pedro Jr. in third, and Corvette number 50. He's about 30 seconds back from the second place car of Edson Luis. Benor Silva is in the pits here. 21 minutes to go, and Benor Silva going to pit his car. Take service on that Ferrari with just 21 minutes left. Edelson Carnero. It's his race to lose here if he doesn't have any catastrophic mistakes. It looks like he's going to be able to pull off a race victory, barring any sliding off the course, any contact, any repairs that he might have to get as a result. But it looks like he has been solid all night long. Edelson Carnero. Going to say I want to thank you for supporting us at TurnLeft TV on YouTube. Please come out and give us a look. You will find all of the races and some of the practice sessions, but we've Got several leagues in which we follow. Ironman Racing Series, Saturday Night Thunder, Bushwhackers Series, that's a Friday night series, Happy Hour Racing League, and then we also do some special events. And of course this race will be published on TurnLeft TV as well. So please come out and join us. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at TurnLeft TV. So 18 minutes left to go, just a little under 19 minutes, 18:55 left to go, and Edelson Carnero has a substantial lead over Edson Luis, who's in the second position. Pedro Jr. is third. Everton Quites is in the fourth position. On Quites up for Joao. I'm sure he's annoyed with that, but now he's already mad at me, I know. And I don't blame him. I'll do better next time, I promise. Pedro Jr. is in third position. He is a minute 40 down. Running in that Corvette. Down this straightaway as he enters this long sweeping turn here. You see he cuts that pretty short and is able to get back in the gas. Good, fun track, nice track. Had a chance when they'd asked me to do this race. I had to download the mod and got in one of the Ferraris. Drove it around this track. And fun. No elevation changes really to speak of. It's just twists and turns, flat, wide track, and part of it concrete, part of it asphalt. So a lot of fun. Appreciate that, and I'm honored to be able to bring you this and be asked to record this race. I'm honored. And again, I thank you very much to IndyCar Brazil for their support. Also should thank Extreme Cockpit Racing. They make sim racing cockpits. Give those guys a look. They've got some good stuff. Just take a look at those. I built my own, but I tell you what, I wish they would have been around when I was thinking about building my own, because what they have going on there at Extreme Racing and that those cockpits are just fantastic. So give them a look. 16 minutes to go. Edelson Carnero. All business in the cockpit of his car. That pilot has been spot on tonight. Had a little bit of a battle here, 10 minutes or so with Edson Luis, and then once he got around him, has never looked back. And back here and look at our fifth place car, Benhar Silva. He is one lap down. Now Carlos Leite showing off track here, so let's take a look and see what happened to Carlos. Again, just overdrives, just a little bit too much speed there. Can't make that turn and drives off into the grass. Again, no contact with any hard parts. No tire barrier, no fence. And, just flat spots those tires a little bit, but he's going to be okay. Here we're looking at the 5th place car, Benor Silva. Again, he gets off track there just a little bit, so these tires start getting worn out. The temperature's dropping a little bit. The sun is dropping a little bit. It's getting a little dark. The track is rubbered in, so tires are old. 14 minutes left to go. Our 6th place car is Carlos Leite at BMW. He's currently 2 laps down, number 56. I think he might be the only guy out here that's actually, you know, from the race number that they normally race, is actually racing the same number. So kudos to Carlos Leite for choosing his number. Don't know how you say kudos in Portuguese. Let's see if we can translate that. Felicidades. Felicidades. Carlos Leite. In the 7th position is Jair Oliveira. He is 2 laps down. I don't think JJ, we call him JJ, he races with us at stockcarsimracing.com. I don't think he had planned on racing tonight, and just jumps in a car and gets out there and competes. And there's not many guys that could actually do that, especially at a course like this. But you know, it just speaks to the capability of Jair Oliveira. You know, he can get in just about any car and get that car to drive fast. So, and he's doing a good job. You know, he is 2 laps down, but he's had a good solid race and probably didn't do a lot of practice laps. And this is not one of those tracks where you can just get in the car and drive. You know, you've got to do some practice laps. But JJ having a good solid night there in the 7th position. Back up here with our race leader, 11 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. Edelson Carnero. Has a minute 13 second lead over the 2nd place car of Edson Luis. Edson Luis in that BMW running in the 2nd position. And again, this is going to be another one of these examples where you got to drive that car with the gas, and he gets off the track there just a little bit. So again, you got to drive that car with the gas pedal as much as you do the steering wheel as well. And the brake. And the gears. So Edson Luis is working hard in the cockpit of that BMW. Let's see how he takes this wide sweeping right-hand turn here. See him down on the throttle here, down on in the gears, and back into that throttle. Coming down the straightaway. Third place car is Pedro Jr. here with just under 10 minutes left to go. He's 1 minute 50 seconds down. It takes about 2 minutes, just a little over 2 minutes to get around the course. So he's got about 12 seconds or so before going a lap down, and hopefully he'll be able to hold on to the lead lap. In the 4th position is Everton Quites. Bernard Silva is just behind, I believe. Oh, Bernard Silva is a little bit farther behind there in 5th. So just looking at this battle here, this is not for position. Oh, not sure what happened there. I think we lost Everton Quites. Not sure what happened to Everton. Yeah, not sure what happened to him, but here we're looking at Bernard Silva. He had a little bit of issue there getting off track. So not sure what's happened to Everton Quites, but he has retired his machine. I don't know if he yeah, we're sort of looking for Everton. Here's Everton Quites, and we're following along with him, and then we know he just retired his machine, so I'm not sure what happened to him. This is a replay. It looks like he had just lost his connection maybe, and unfortunately Everton Quites, after all this time, retires his machine, and now shown in the 5th position, and undoubtedly going to lose more positions as these guys get those laps back, catch up. So 7 minutes left to go. Edelson Carnero is our race leader. Edson Luis is in 2nd. Pedro Jr. 3rd. Bernard Silva is 4th. Carlos Leite is going to take over the 5th position very shortly. There he is. He takes over the 5th position. So you see it's getting a little dark out. Not quite nighttime. Oh, and Carlos Leite gets off track there. Again, the tires are old. The temperature's gone down. The track's rubbered in, and you know you're tired. And you're going to get off track here once in a while. So looks like Carlos Leite running in the 5th position at BMW. He's had a very eventful night. Nonetheless, having a good night here in 5th. In 6th is Jair Oliveira in the 99 car. Looking out of the front of Jair's car. Having a hard time getting that car to turn. And nursing the gas there, and again, it's one of those deals where you drive this car with the gas pedal as well. Carrying a lot of speed here through this straightaway. Long sweeping right-hand turn, and then down the straightaway. Then you're going to have a hard right-hand turn. And what do you say? He really gets out of the gas on that. And then looking out of the back, you see Edson Luis, who's our second place car, just behind. Undoubtedly wants to get by JJ. So 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. And we're looking at Edson Luis as he makes a pass here, or attempts to make a pass on Jair Oliveira. Good hard battle there into the turn. Man, what a lot of speed there. That was just a good move Edson Luis makes that pass there. Good job. Benor Silva shown as going off track here. Let's see what happened to Benor Silva. Again, just swings that car a little wide there, mowing some grass. Keeps that car pointed in the right direction. Tell you what, a guy that has just had a pretty much a flawless race is Edelson Carnero. We know that he did get into the back of he got into the back of Edson Luis there early on, but was able to make a pass about 10 minutes into the race and has not looked back. He's led the whole way since making that pass, and he just has 3.5 minutes left to go to claim a race victory here in the Virtual Endurance Championship Indy Car Brazil style. Brought to you by TurnLeft TV and Extreme Racing Cockpits. Edelson Carnero in the Corvette. Sporting the number 3. At this point, he is just driving the track. He's not wanting to really push that car too hard. You know, he's got pretty much a race victory in the bag here as long as he doesn't overdrive the car and spin that car out or get any damage. Fifth place here is Carlos Leite. He is 2 laps down. The 56 car. In fourth is Benor Silva. That number 90 Ferrari. Shown as 87 on the grid, but he's driving the 90 paint scheme tonight. Pedro Jr. is in third, just ahead of the race leader with just 2 minutes left to go. Second place car is Edson Luis as he closes in on the lap car of Carlos Leite. Carlos Leite up ahead is 2 laps down. Edson Luis here on the lead lap, going to go around, and that's just smart driving right there by Carlos Leite, letting Edson Luis go. He realizes that he's 2 laps down, and just going to let him go. That is just smart driving by Carlos Leite. So looking up here at Edelson Carnero, just 1 minute left to go. I think that's Moradores Virtual Racing Team, Moradores VRT. Looks like he's driving the CompuWare Corvette number 3. Race number 5 here at Sebring. See him locking up those tires there. Now he's going to drive that car hard here in this last lap. So Edelson Carnero dominated the field here on the last lap. Hoping to bring home a race victory. Here at Sebring. Little GT cars choosing the Corvette. It has been the class of the field all night long. See, he goes down and makes a pass there, not for position, but goes around. That's Carlos Leite. Here we go. So Edelson Carnero comes away with the race victory there, and I get kicked. I'll be darned. How about that? At least we got a screenshot that we can go off of. How about that? For some reason, get kicked. We can fix that. So Edelson Carnero, our race winner here at Sebring. See if we can't bring up a winner's picture, screenshot. What a great race for Edelson. Oh, I don't have a screenshot. I'll be darned. Well, that's too bad. Well, that will do it, I think, for our broadcast here. We'll see if we can't get Edelson up here in the broadcast booth. We'll see if we can't do that real quick. Take us a minute here. I got to get our interpreter up here as well. All right, we're working on getting Edelson Carnero up here to the broadcast booth. We'll be just a minute here. Hopefully we'll be able to get Edelson to the broadcast booth. If not, I think there's word on the street is that they might have another race that they're going to be doing here shortly.
Okay, Heath, can you proceed?
Obrigado.
He said thank you.
Yes, talk a little bit about how your car handled and the battle that you had at the beginning of the race when you finally claimed the lead 10 minutes in.
Ele está perguntando, eu estava pedindo para você dar um breve resumo aí de como é que foi a escalada para chegar na vitória e a dificuldade nesses últimos 10 minutos de corrida aí, já cansado. Parabenizando você pela vitória. Você fazer o seu comentário sobre a corrida.
Joia. Eu tava com uma estratégia, assim, eu sabia que eu ia estar um pouco mais lento no começo, né? Mas que no fim ia valer a pena nas paradas de boxe. Então eu tive uma briga muito boa ali com o Edson Luiz no começo da corrida. Consegui passar e manter aí um pouco de distância para ele, para o Pedra Júnior. E como era esperado, né, assim, eu não fiz troca de pneu na primeira parada. Então saí na frente deles depois do primeiro pit já com mais de 30 segundos de vantagem. Então foi mais administrar a corrida e o cansaço realmente, porque com aqueles carros da P2 é mais tranquilo. Esses carros aqui de turismo cansam muito, né? Cansa muito mais. Essa pista também é muito difícil, apesar de ser uma pista que eu gosto muito. E foi isso, né? Feliz aqui com a vitória. Pelos meus cálculos aqui, faltou 4 pontinhos para ser campeão. Mas tá bom, tava com uma corrida a menos aí. A primeira etapa eu não finalizei, né? Não completei. Foi corrida de recuperação. Uma pena o Everton Quites não estar aqui, né, também para dar entrevista. Correu muito, administrou muito bem aí o campeonato, foi campeão, né? E é isso. Dar os parabéns a todos aí, um abraço aí pro Gardena também pela organização e vamos esperar aí o próximo ano para competir novamente.
Beleza, obrigado. Edilson, he said they started the rhythm of the race is a little low because in the first pit stop he did not change the tires, trying to keep the gap between Edson and Pedro Jr. Maybe the practice also have some difficult because it's a long race, and so he was tired. And he said thank you very much, Sullivan Gardena, for that championship, the organization. Congrats to Everton Quites for the winner of the championship. Maybe the first race is not complete by Edilson. Maybe 4 points with difference to the champion, and he can fight with the championship with strong. He said thank you very much for everybody. Thank you, AJ, and thank you to all drivers running tonight.
Obrigado e congratulations.
Falou, obrigado e parabéns, Edilson. Vê se o Everton Quites desce aqui. Heath, Everton Quites was here, but he maybe he has some problem with connection. So we can register the congratulations for him for the championship.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for allowing me to broadcast the race for you, and good luck in the future.
Thank you very much. We just listen some words, Carlos late about the league. With the word represent Sullivan Gardena, we hear the interview.
Absolutely.
Pode falar, Carlos.
Bom, eu queria primeiro agradecer ao Heath Johnson pela transmissão, parabenizar o Edilson pela vitória, o Quites pelo campeonato, né? E não deixar de falar dos nossos patrocinadores, a Cockpit Extreme, né? E também agradecer ao Sullivan Gardena pelo campeonato, pela administração da liga, e a todos os pilotos, né? Que sem eles nós não podemos ter esses campeonatos aqui. Então agradecer a todos e contar com a presença deles novamente no ano que vem e nos nossos outros campeonatos, que ainda falta terminar aí a NASCAR, né? E chamar aí, pedir para que todos venham para a liga, visitar o nosso site lá com as novidades do ano que vem, que vai ter DTM, vai ter Fórmula Indy novamente e vamos ter NASCAR também. É isso aí, agradecer a todos. Obrigado.
Beleza. Carlos saying thank you very much Heath Johnson for the broadcast and for the operation and your time with us. Thank you Sullivan Gardena for the organization, that league, the championship, and the sponsors, Cockpit Extreme. I say thank you for all drivers too, for participating in the championship. Everton Quites for the winner of the championship, and Edilson Carneiro for winner the race tonight. He said too, we have some championship running, NASCAR Total, and soon come soon DTM, and again Indy Race League Brasil, IndyCar Brasil, a new championship next year. Thank you very much for everybody listening us and watching us. Thank you, AJ.
All right, thank you, fellas, and good luck to you the rest of the way out, and hopefully we'll be able to do this again.
Thank you. You can finish now. Thank you very much.
All right, that's going to do it for our broadcast here at TurnLeft TV, and what a race! Everton Carneiro comes away with the victory, and Everton Quites wins the championship. So congratulations to Everton on his win. This is TurnLeft TV, and I want to remind you, please come out and join us on TurnLeft TV on YouTube, as well as follow us on Twitter. Appreciate all of the support. Talk a little bit about briefly what we have coming up. On Monday, we'll be at Happy Hour Racing League.
Valeu, cara. Vou ficar por aqui também.
Ok.
Valeu.
Alfred, ok. AJ, we're leaving. Thank you. See you next time.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
All right, sorry about that. Here on TurnLeft TV, we'll be broadcasting the race on Monday at Happy Hour Racing League, the Bank of America 250, race number 4 in their chase for the championship over at Happy Hour Racing League. So that's going to be a good one. Charlotte is a fun track.
Hey, Heath.
Also coming up on Wednesday, we'll be at Dover, race number 4 in their Season D 2017 season, 107 laps at Dover, and there's a tire rule there with the Ironman series, so that's going to be a good one to watch. That's coming up on Wednesday. Well, thank you very much. We got a little bit of communication barrier there and a few snafus, but hey, What do you expect for nothing, right? Congratulations, Edelson Carnero, Everton Quites.